We're Tanner and Lacey Billings.
We have one son. His name is Waylon.
I got saved when I was 12, and I knew it was real. I knew, it was an experience. It was a day I never forget. But shortly or thereafter, I kept feeling something more, and eventually I realized that God. I really realized that God was calling me into the ministry in a larger way than just normal, and it was something I struggled with for a long time. And then when I was 18, I was going to go to Bible college and kind of just didn't, because I didn't want to do that. That wasn't what I wanted to do. And so a couple of years later, I met Lacey, and we started our relationship out on the right foundation of God, but the less I wanted to do what God wanted me to do, the worse things got, and it really put a strain on our relationship, and it made it to where, because I wasn't doing what God wanted me to do, Lacey wasn't able to do what God wanted me to do, and that just made things worse. And I remember snapping at her a few times when she would bring it up. What happened to us doing something for God, and I didn't want to hear it. And so we started coming to Harvest, and God really started picking at my heart and really just chipping away at that stone around there. And then at the men's retreat, God kind of dynamited my heart and just made it where, I totally wanted to surrender to Him, and I came back to where I needed to be, which was good, because at the time I was really just intentionally trying to get farther away from God, so I didn't have to listen to Him, so I could put my fingers in my ears and just shake my head and say, no, this is not what I want to do, God.
And during that time, I had been praying that He would, that He would go back to God, or that we would have that relationship kind of that we had in the beginning, where He was our priority, and that our passion and our fire would be there, and our desires would be back together and in the same way, and that He would become the head of the household. And then when He came back from the men's retreat and told me, hey, I'm here and I want to be the head of the household, I was like, whoa, that was kind of tough for me at first, because it's what I prayed for, because I knew that's what I was supposed to be praying for the whole time. I knew that that's what God wanted. But then when it was time for Him to step up and start making decisions, I guess decisions that I've been making, the 6 years that we've been married, I had to relearn that. I had to relearn to be submissive and to submit to my husband, and to ultimately, to God again.